The Ride Home podcast is produced for entertainment purposes only. Anything said on the show is not to be imitated or acted upon. Please listen responsibly and enjoy the show. Welcome back to the Ride Home podcast. And if you're on your ride home, watch for pedestrians. Manslaughter is not cool. Joining me today for a very special episode is our boy OfficialStromboli. What is up, man? How you doing?
Yo, it's really good to be here. Really excited.
So this is a really interesting episode and a really interesting topic. It's also one of the more serious topics that we have. I mean, it's gonna be funny, but that's just a given.
We'll
But this
try.
is going to be kind of serious. So we're going to be talking about content creation for anyone who's trying to get into it, or maybe you've already been doing it for a while. We'll talk some of our tips and tricks, some of our experiences, and some of the things that have come up that we've had to deal with. And yeah, that's about it, man. Just trying to put stuff out there a little and pretty much bring these conversations that I have in my head like out into the world. So that's the point of the podcast anyway.
It's also a way for listeners to kind of understand like what we have to go through in order to push content creation or even just simply press go live. It's just a way for them to kind of understand our point of view when it comes to content creation.
And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. So let's go ahead and get this started. So, how long ago would you say did you start actually doing things as far as pasta podcast and social media and all that?
Ooh,
So you've been doing this way before me, so I just want to kind of get
it's
that
been
out
a
there.
couple years. Started out in the truck of my ex-girlfriend's car. I was like, what did I just say? What did I just say?
Just babbled into a microphone in the
um,
parking lot.
yeah, that happened too. Um, I was headed to work one day and I didn't know where to go. This is one of my first roofing jobs I've done, and I just wanted to see how easy it was to start a podcast. I stumbled upon Anchor FM, not sponsored. Well,
Nope.
yeah, it is sponsored. It is
Is
sponsored
it,
on this
dude? I
episode.
don't know. It's gonna be on Anchor on the Spotify, but that's
Woo,
what I'm
Anchor!
using. That's what I'm using to upload at the moment.
Yeah,
Is
Anchor is the goat. Um, I saw this easy video. It's 3 minutes long. It explained how to use the app, downloaded it, and just simply pressed record and just babbled on for about an hour or so. Uh, I had to get a couple of tries right. Like, perfection is something that I kind of strive for, but that's pretty hard to do when you're using the microphone off your phone inside the truck of your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, I was about to
Um,
say like that's kind of a rough situation. I mean, how does your mind even get to that point where it's like I'm gonna just make this show that people are gonna listen to?
I was listening to the Misfits podcast for a while
Okay.
now. So after, kind of listening in, I kind of got the interest of wanting to start a podcast. And I just kind of had time on my hands. So I was like, why not take the opportunity to just try it out, see how it is,
Yeah.
test the waters.
And I mean, I feel that, dude. I'm kind of the same way. Like, no lie, after listening to yours, I'm like, man, this isn't that hard. I can easily do this. And
It's not.
I decided, okay, let's take that and run with that. And I always had these conversations, in the car on the way home from work with my brothers or coworkers, whoever was in the car with me. And like at one point, I'm just like, this is better than what's on the radio. Like, why are we even? We should put this on the internet, and that's kind of what we're doing, which is really cool, man. But like, no, I listened to your podcast. So I'm like, okay, it didn't seem too hard. He went over with the laptop. You had like that set of lapel mics at the time, so we all had our own
Yeah.
little mini mic. I mean, I can imagine you actually had to level the audio for each one.
No.
No. You just left it raw, huh?
A lot of it was just raw. When there's moments where somebody's name can't be mentioned, or there was just a segment or a couple minutes in the podcast was like, why did we leave this? Yeah, I'll chop those things out.
Yeah,
But usually I try to keep it as raw as possible, as natural as it can be, just so it actually feels like a genuine conversation the listeners listening in onto.
I feel that, and that's where I'm at too. Is I'm trying to get more of that sense. I'm editing a lot less. Um, I've stopped giving a fuck about censors, because that was already going to be too difficult as it is. So
Yeah.
while the bleeps were kind of funny, they're still in place. Like in episode 2, we had a few when we accidentally name dropped some people, which, you know, one of the things we tried not to do just in case. Anybody who wants to use their real names more than welcome to, but you know what I mean. Like there's situations, and there's also people who aren't, they're in the story, but they're not in the room with us, recording. So we want to
So
change
it's
that
like,
name
yeah.
just to be on the safe side. But no, that was one of the things I've learned with editing. I had to edit out so much from the first episode because we kind of trailed off there, like into some really messed up stuff in the raw, which I'm happy we did. I still need to upload that raw file for you guys, but it's messed up. Like there's stuff I didn't want to put out on my first ever podcast episode out there. Like I don't want to fuck up already.
By the way, it's such a great episode. The listener should go back and listen to it again if you haven't.
Yeah, we have 2 episodes. Probably by this point, 3 episodes out by now. So
Woo!
go listen to that. Give those a like. If you like them, the best way to support the podcast is really just to tell people about it. The more people listen, that's all we're really looking for right now. We want to build that base. But that's another challenge you get when you have this type of thing too. Is how do you get this out there to the world? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. He's having a fit. Let me talk over him. I couldn't even segue back to.
I had already like, okay, I'm gonna. Ugh. All right.
That sucked. Oh my
You're
god.
killing me, man.
I'm sorry.
Half the podcast is gonna be you laughing. If someone in their car like, the fuck are these guys doing? I am not entertained. Go unfollow. Get out of here. If you're not here for the funny stuff, you're not here.
Yeah, get out.
But no, man. It's what was I saying? First we talked about editing. What are we talking about? Oh, getting it out there, right?
Yeah, getting it out there.
Getting it out there is the hardest part to me. So you don't know this, but I was a convention panelist. I've been a convention panelist for about 6 years now. And
Oh yeah, I've heard a couple stories.
Okay, cool. So you know that I was in that whole public speaking thing, and I used to do one called Abandoned Anime. That's a show I'm trying to get going right now. Is like I was telling you about before the show, before we started recording. I want to get something that's unknown from the past and bring it out into light because now there's new relevance. And I feel like that's a really good way to do it. I'm taking a lot of my panel ideas and just trying to get them out on the internet. But see, to get them out there properly and advertised properly, I'm going to have to start doing panels again at conventions. So I'm attending ACON, which by the time of this upload is probably about a week away. A little more than that right now. But yeah, me and Daniel decided to go to ACON. I'm working on the programming support staff just for... I have a bunch of friends who are working on it. One of the staff heads is a really good friend of mine. She's con family, so gonna come work, get a free badge to the show, and just network. Get some business cards made, go up there, start handing them out. See what we can do.
You're gonna make some business cards.
Well, I've made them before. I've got. I still have a few of them, like scattered ones from back in the day, back when I ran the Hyper Devotion Panelist group, or HD Panels, which is where my original Twitch name came from, and now we've gone full circle. We've left all that in the dust. We have something that's easier to remember. I like THP. I like what we're doing, and I'm excited to see where we grow from here, man.
Oh, it's gonna grow. As long as you keep pushing, it's gonna keep growing. Building on pushing content out there. That there's a struggle like about that with me sometimes is I guess you press live on your Twitch, you press record, but getting those views you kind of have to shout yourself out, like push your content out there. And
Yeah.
a big struggle with me is doing that like ever so often. Just telling people like, "Hey, I'm gonna stream today. You should like check it out." It gets kind of exhausting. It becomes like for me at least, it feels really like beggarish. Like I'm
Yeah.
begging people to come check out my stream, and a lot of that kind of affects me. So I try to push it way less, which kind of doesn't help getting my content out there. But for me, it helps keep streaming stress free a lot.
Yeah, and honestly, man, the way I see it, just do what you do in front of the camera and see what's up. I know that there's that like you have that initial stress, like you said, when you hit that go live button. You're just like, I want to make sure that I'm seen, but at the same time, like you said, I've been to some of those Facebook and like social media groups with Twitch streamers who are like begging for watches and letting people know every time they go live and posting, let's just say, photos of themselves and talking about their own like things that honestly they're really personal, and I wouldn't want to be displaying all that out to the world, but like a
No,
lot of
yeah.
people do, and it gets a lot of views coming in because of that. And to me that just weirds me out, because like if you have any kind of thing that's that should be personal. And it's just weird to see these like streamers doing that. I've never made like a go live or a hey come follow me post, and honestly, dude, like in any of those public groups anyway, I don't really want to do that. You know what I mean? I see it and I cringe a little. Like, is this really what people are doing right now to get people flowing through? And so even if there's only 2 or 3 people in my Twitch stream at a time, which there's usually a lot more, and really cool that people actually watch this garbage that I do. But I mean, you know, it's cool to have those organic viewers. It's not somebody that I had to beg and plead to some random group, hey, can you please come check me out? I'm trying to hit this goal or that goal. It's more of a, hey, I'm here, hang out if you like it, if you like the vibe. If you don't, keep moving, have fun, do what you do. And that's kind of what I try to set off with the stream. I actually haven't streamed in a few weeks, man. There's a lot of pressures with content creation, and I've definitely felt them recently.
No, yeah. I think yeah, we talked about that a little earlier. How there's sort of a content block sometimes where you want to press live, you want to push out content, but sometimes content becomes really repetitive, which is why a lot of, content creators have multiple outlets of content. They have react channels now, they have gaming, reacting. Did I just say reacting already?
You did.
Whatever.
Reacting was first, but reacting
Yeah.
channels, gaming channels,
Like
uh, you see
there's
like
some
behind the scenes and like little B-roll footage that they're already recording that they're just like, screw it, put it on a second channel, let's double the revenue.
like the VODs, yeah, and it's great. But sometimes you kind of want to press live, but you don't want to push the same thing you've been pushing this whole week. You kind of want to give the viewer something new, something to get excited about, and that's what's really rough about, content block.
And then like I felt that for sure, especially once we started getting into Fortnite. I really didn't. I felt like the Fortnite streams didn't work for me. Like I don't know, it was hard to react to as opposed to some of the other games I was playing. Post the Fortnite stream, I did the VR thing. That was really interesting. But I did one that worked really well, the Yomawari one, little horror game.
Hmm.
And I got one more run to go ahead and beat the game. I'm probably gonna do a 3-4 hour stream to finish it, but like I did with Little Nightmares. But those are the types of games that I feel like I can react to. And when I'm playing something like Fortnite, PUBG, something like competitive or multiplayer, Rocket League, I feel like I'm trying too hard to like play and win the game.
Yeah,
Whereas these are more of a just you're just going through it.
like you can
Um,
actually stop and take a moment to like talk to chat and
yeah,
engage in any way that you can.
I feel
On
like I
Fortnite,
engage
you
big time with those, and unlike my PUBG and Fortnite streams, I feel like I can get good clippable stuff out of there. Sledgy, for example, worked really well from the Little Nightmares stream.
oh yeah.
I'm currently chopping that video up. That's a lot of work.
I'm excited, dude. I am excited for that to release.
I'm just pushing all kinds of new ideas while I'm at home and unable to do much else. I'm gonna just keep working on it.
It's a good way to stay busy as well.
And like you said, it's like clocking into work. Like I'll wake up and I'll sit down and I'm like, none of this till I do this. 2-3 hours into this process, I feel like I've got a good chunk done, and then I realize, oh, the Halo Daily's just updated. I should jump in and play, and then I lose my day.
No,
I
that
end up gaming.
that definitely happens. What I try to do at least, or used to, for a good majority of the time when I did the podcast, um, I would put an hour or 2 hours and stay in front of my laptop. This is before I had this magnificent PC. Um, and I would just stay on my laptop on my beanbag and put 2 hours of my time contacting people to see if they could be on the podcast, contacting many sponsors, contacting people about clothing. It's like you are clocking in, and it is, if you want it to be your job, it's something that you got to be serious. Content creation can be fun. It can be really enjoyable, but at the same time, you do have to take it seriously. Like a
That's
couple.
exactly what I'm hitting. Is that I'm starting to hit walls where it feels like it's a job. I'm sitting there making posts on 3 different social media accounts, tagging this, and that, trying to get some kind of reach before I make the next upload in a day or two. And you're doing all of that, and honestly, it can really get to you sometimes.
Oh yeah, for sure it does. It The thing is, a lot of the big time content creators, they turn it seriously into a job. They still have fun doing it, but they take it so seriously. They take all the precautions to make sure like their job is secure, which is why a lot of streamers, they have rules, they have certain ways of going throughout their stream. If someone says something unacceptable in chat, they have to give out a verbal warning or strike them or ban them if they have to, because it's their job to make it's them making sure that they can keep their income of streaming.
Right, for a lot of people, it really is that whole job thing. But see, that's where I feel like my creativity starts to die, is when it starts to feel like a job. I say, fuck this, I'm not going to edit this anymore. I'm going to go, let's go do some Fortnite dailies or something, you know? Let's see what's updated. Rather than working, when it starts to feel like a true job, it really does feel like, man, I don't want to do this. But at the same time, your creative mind is like, dude, of course we want to do this. This is funny as hell. This would be good.
This
And
is free content.
it's just weird. It's like you're constantly fighting with two versions of yourself, and it's weird because nothing's really changed other than you've now started to do the things you said you were gonna do. Why is your it's like my conscious and my subconscious mind are colliding right now.
Yeah.
One of us wants to be lazy and put on a movie and just chill in bed, and the other side's like, no, let's get on Twitch. We could finish this game, or hey, remember this game? This would be a funny idea. Let's start this. It's just, I don't know, man. It's hard sometimes to just follow through.
It's a hard struggle. That's why there's a lot of content creators that take breaks, because it becomes a lot. It's a lot of content creation is a strain. Sometimes you have to record a video, make sure it's like okay to edit, then edit it yourself, which takes time already,
Oh yeah.
and then upload it, and then see if you get demonetized or monetized at all. It becomes a struggle. You sometimes get burnt out and just want to take a break, escape. That's why a lot of content creators take at least 2 weeks to a month break, because they need it.
Yeah, I think that's where I've been at with my Twitch right now, is on a bit of a break. I'm gonna be coming back soon. I just, like, other than the podcast, I haven't really been streaming much. But that particular podcast is like a ritual for people now on Fridays. So I
Woo!
love doing it live. So whereas, the ride home idea kind of, it stems off of seeing Pasta Podcast and seeing how all that works. And like you said, Misfits Podcast, I listened to that. The last episode was kind of inspired by like Lights Out Podcast, another one that I like about occult and supernatural stuff. This would be what we're doing, like, on the show on Twitch every Friday, is more of a, it's partially a review podcast and partially a Metal Couch with Nate Dolph,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I like it so much, because you have that audience interaction and it just feels organic, and it went from being what would have been probably a boring Spotify or YouTube show to this fun little thing, and there's guests and stuff, and I love what it's become, and I'd love to keep seeing that, moving forward. But this being my first thing that I could put out like quick, if I wanted to do 2 or 3 of these a week, if I really had the time and the guests lined up, I could. That's the kind of thing I wanted to put forward with this show. So, this is Pasta Podcast, and the Twitch thing is Metal Couch. They're different types of media, but at the same time, they fall under the same general fan bases. Whoever watches one is watching the other, and it's really cool to see. It'd be really nice to see like beer people come into the YouTube, 3-4 months from now and be like, "Oh, hey, I like this brewery. I saw you tagged it. You guys did a good review," and then they catch on to the ride home and be like, "Oh, this was something I've been looking for." I want something this dumb to listen to, like on my ride home or something. And by then we'll have, a catalog of stuff for them to check out. So I feel like right now it's slow and it's the beginning, and I'm trying not to let low numbers get to me because I'm a nobody right now. But I'm excited to see where it grows, man. I really wanna push and see what I can do as far as like towards the end of the year, how this has worked out for me.
No, dude, I'm really excited to see how much growth THP grows to.
Yeah,
It's always going to be a slow start, but progressively you'll see things change, and I mean, you'll be happy with what you get.
so I've already had somebody get confused on the name of my channels and what we're doing. They thought that Trigger Happy was a Danganronpa reference, which the first game is called Trigger Happy Havoc. It's actually not a reference to that game. As much as I loved it and really enjoyed the series, the franchise as a whole, that's not what it's about. The Trigger Happy aspect comes from my head, stuff that I rapid fire out, So it's really weird though to already get pushed in towards that section. But see, I used to really love this game and anime series back when it was running, and yeah, I could see where a few people would get confused, but no. Trigger Happy Projects is about, that's exactly it. Doing stuff without thinking, just pushing it out, getting stuff out there, seeing what sticks. So, that kind of stuff.
Hell yeah, my guy. Well, okay. Here's a quick question for you. So from you starting off on Twitch, like your very beginning on Twitch, and how you're streaming now, what significant changes have you seen?
Oh man. So the first thing to immediately notice is the quality of the stream itself. I've downloaded one of my videos, and it looks like something you would see on somebody's like 100,000 subscriber YouTube channel. The quality of just the video alone, the background, how it like moves, and there's transitioning scenes and everything like that, looks great. I remember my first starting soon screen was for my little panelist group, and it's just the same logo and website I used when I ran that group like 3 or 4 years ago. Seeing those streams and seeing their evolution to where they are now, that's already like, I wouldn't have gave my last streams a second look. I would have been, oh, this is terrible. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. This actually looks like quality stuff, which is why I'm really trying to push more with the Little Nightmares and with the channel trailer I'm working on. I want to push more video game content to the YouTube, because I feel like there's a wider audience on YouTube than there is on Twitch. At least there's a wider net, because on YouTube you could tag things. I could tag each of the games I played. I could tag, funny, streamer, this, that, just the dumb stuff. Whereas with Twitch, your tags are very limited. And I don't actually use a lot of those anyway, except like the first playthrough tag. So I feel like definitely I've come from learning how this all works to a point where I feel very comfortable with it. The soundboard, the audience interaction. I talk to the camera a hell of a lot more. And dude, yeah, just in this 1 year alone, I feel that I've already come this far. I can't wait to see where I go from here. Like, this was already, for me, it's an astronomical leap and bound. It's way ahead of where I want to be. And I'm fixing to go to conventions, start networking, doing panels again. I've got them all submitted for Anime Fest. I should be doing panels at IkiCon in January. Like, I'm gonna get back out there. I'm actually gonna do this again. Like, but instead of the young me who was focused at the time on partying and going out and hanging with people. That was me back in those days for anime conventions. Now I'm treating them more as a business thing in my head. You know, I clicked over to, goddamn, I clicked over to 30 years old this year, and I've decided like no more wasting time. I'm gonna start pushing forward. Uh, Party days, while I'm still gonna party, it's kind of behind me for the most part. You won't see me going to random room parties with bottles of alcohol and backpacks and the dumb shit I used to do. Uh, Now it's gonna be more contained, and I feel like I'm gonna make a lot of progress. These past few years were COVID, especially, was that eye opener. It really showed like if you're at home all the time, what are you gonna actually like? What can you do? And it opened my creative side. So between that and all my work stuff, yeah, I this last year has been a trip, dude. I feel that I'm better than I've ever been, and I can't wait to build. I don't know how many more times I'm gonna say that this episode, but that's what I'm excited for, dude. Just building up from here. Speaking
Yeah,
of
man.
building up, where's your show?
Oof. Yeah. Um, I took 2 breaks, 3 breaks already. Um, First break was 2 weeks. That was 2 weeks off of emailing people and promoting and pushing my stuff, paying for Facebook advertisements. And second break was about a month. No, 3 months. Second break was 3 months. This recent break is about a year. And the reasoning is because COVID murdered us. We couldn't go out. We couldn't, I guess, do anything. A lot of the conversations that we had involved us going to like movie theaters and explaining what we saw. Going out and actually seeing each other. Frequently. It became a wall of content creation altogether. During COVID, what was there to do? There's not much to do. You're just sitting at home doing work or eating or watching a movie, sitting down sleeping. You can't do anything. You can't make any content from that. So after we did the improv episode, I started doing Reddit because that was the thing that was popping on podcasts. So decided, hey, you know what? I don't even know how to use Reddit. I don't know what karma is. I don't know absolutely anything from Reddit. All I see is Reddit YouTube videos. That's it. That's the closest I ever got. So I made an account, looked up things I can give my idea of advice is, and just put it out there. Spent an hour and 20 minutes recording, uploaded it. Second episode, it was, I think it was relationship advice because I've been like in and out a lot.
Yeah.
Um, I have 2 daughters, so that kind of gives a perspective of like real, like I understand relationships a lot, and I uploaded that, and after that we just went dead. At that point, I didn't like doing Reddit episodes. It didn't feel like the content I wanted to push at all. It was just a sorry excuse of, hey, I haven't uploaded. Let me just try this and see if we can, keep it as content. And it was those 2 episodes were like the lowest episodes I've ever had in listens. It was such a the format of it altogether just read it didn't hit. There was no comedic value I could have added. I
Yeah.
believe it was way too serious
Those
for.
were they were some pretty rough episodes.
Yeah. So after that, just seeing like how my views kind of were slashed in half and half and a half again, it sort of kind of put me in a depressive state of, okay, we were doing so well. What happened? It kind of felt like watching Shane Dawson.
Oh
Like
God.
Shane Dawson was so good to begin with, right? He was such a good content creator. And then now it's just like, what has this become? This isn't what, you know, this is not who he was before.
I feel
So,
you on that depressive slump though. Like I got mine around the Pokemon Legends stream. Both of them were bad. I didn't stream for like 2 weeks after that.
And that's the thing that a lot of content creators are actually afraid of talking about. That's the one of the biggest like real life taboos of content creators. They
Oh
don't want
yeah,
to
you
talk
can't let
about
people know that for a small amount of time, the thing that they love was making you unhappy.
it. That's such a big bullshit thing. And if I'm allowed to cuss,
Yeah,
keep that
yeah,
in.
naturally. Say whatever the
Um,
fuck you want.
Hell yeah, bitch, stupid. But the thing is, a lot of content creators want to like keep their audience like they want to keep their hearts full. They don't want any of the listeners or fans or whatever to feel stressed out about their real life problems, and that's a good thing. But sometimes content creators are like really sad and going through a lot. They sometimes don't even want to press record anymore. They kind of want to stop, but they are afraid of like dropping everything. Sometimes content creation becomes really stressful. Sometimes you go through creative blocks and you just have to force whatever the fuck you have to out there. It becomes a stress. It becomes really depressing sometimes when you sort of see the thing that you dreamed of doing turning into like a full-time job. Sometimes you don't want it to be a job.
Yeah.
Like it's just I don't understand why content creators don't want to talk about it. It just I think it's a good way for, I guess, fans or listeners to understand their content creator more and understand like, hey, like they're pushing out content for our sake. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, if I at this level, I was having so many good streams right up to the Pokemon one, and they went so bad that it was like, no, I can't do this. And when I stopped, you had that fuck, you had that mild success going for you,
Hmm.
and then just to see it dead halt like that, I can't. On my small scale of the 20, 30 people that actually watch my shit, maybe. I mean, that's what I average in views is about, in a good 2 to 3 hour stream, I'll average about 30, 35 views.
Hmm.
Unless I'm doing something popular, then I'll hit like 50, 60. But to see, where I'm going with it? Like, even on that tiny scale, could you imagine being on a high level, like someone who has millions of, subscribers or followers, you know, having to feel that? Like, that's got to be a million times worse, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And you see all these things, like you'll see this streamer acts out and does this or that. They'll do something stupid, like, or they'll get caught in like, or something fucking stupid, and you wonder why. Like, did they finally just crack? Like, dude, breaks are important. Your mental health with this is very important.
Let me build on that about the whole low. Should we say his name? No, just this YouTuber
I
that
was
went to.
even thinking about just bleeping that entirely, but now that you want to build
I'm
on
not
it, we'll
gonna.
make it a segment.
Okay,
Uh,
with the whole. Should we say his name or no?
does
I
it
guess
matter?
clickbait. Logan Paul. So when Logan Paul went to Japan and did the whole forest bit, at this point now, I switched up my views of it. It's yeah, he must have, probably cracked under pressure or whatever, but at the
Like,
same
what was he
time,
really trying to accomplish there?
content.
That's like going into a local cemetery and being like, "Hey, family, having a funeral. Can I film your sadness?"
Like that's the thing.
Like,
I feel like that drive is the drive to push content by any fucking means,
there's a
which is
line, guys.
there is a line, and that's the thing. I think I feel like at a certain point when people are about to break, it's like that moral judgment sort of fades away,
Yeah,
and
and
it's
I
just
think
like
that's what happened. That's why I was like, maybe he cracked under pressure at that point, because I could see myself doing something really stupid. I don't know if it's that stupid, but you know what I mean? Like, on my low level, I just like, I need a few weeks off. I need to stay away from my Switch for a minute. I need to play something else. Uh, you know, on that level, the stunt like that, it's something's gotta have clicked in your head like this isn't right. But you do it anyway. Maybe that
uh,
pressure pushed you forward to it.
because there's a lot of things that you have to take into account. It's the camera, it's his reaction, it's excuse me, it's him and his PR team looking over the footage of the video, editing that said video, and then pressing upload. There's sometimes things don't make sense, but at the same time, it's like we'll never know. That's what people need to understand about content creators is sometimes we go through a lot that you don't know, like at home or with work, real life situations that you have no idea about. Sometimes you'll see us like lash the fuck out. Sometimes I do it all the fucking time,
Yeah,
but
there are
it's
times where it's like, whoa, did you really need to yell that loudly at that kid?
yeah,
And I
good.
totally understand it, but at the same time, it's like I could see that pressure building, you know. Or if you get loss after loss in Fortnite, I could see you like start to not want to do it anymore, and that's why I say I don't like streaming competitive games. I want to try and find that middle ground. Maybe you
No,
should try
yeah,
more. You know, I've seen you doing some Minecraft lately, so
yeah, but
that's
I'd rather
something.
see. I'm gonna be honest. I yell more on Minecraft than I yell on Fortnite.
Okay, that I don't understand.
Minecraft is scary, dude. Minecraft is it looks like the most childish game, but once you sort of build something so great, it it's really hard to pull away from.
Hmm. I don't know,
My
man. Minecraft is. I don't know. It was never for me. I
you
tried.
should try again.
I'm gonna pass
You'll find excitement in
for
killing
now, anyway.
the Ender Dragon. You'll find excitement for it.
I don't know, buddy.
I bet you'll pog.
Anyway, yeah, it could be stressful. Like that. I just hope that if this at least reaches one person at some point. Like, for example, remember that affiliate push?
Yeah.
That's your first levels of stress right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody should have access to at least one or two emotes. Uh, I understand the reason why they do it because you don't want to have like troll accounts or fake accounts, illegal accounts, clone accounts, all that crap. You want to make sure that you're vetting the person, but I think the Twitch affiliate program is kind of stupid that way. By a month or two of streaming, you know if this person is legitimate or not.
No,
There needs
yeah.
to be more of a review process and a vetting rather than this, automated system of minimum viewers per this and that, minimum streams of this many hours, this many days. I feel like it hurts streamers more than helps them. I know a lot of people who've quit because they've never been able to make it to affiliate or they're struggling to get affiliate and they get really emotional. Like I've seen Facebook posts that I cringed at. Like this person, like I've been streaming for so many months. What am I doing wrong? And see some of that stuff, and you're just like, Twitch, let this person, have a little more control over their channel and what kind of content they make. I mean, at that point, you may as well go stream on YouTube or something.
I think with the whole affiliate process, because dude, I was viewing it completely the wrong way. Because I kind of saw the affiliate program to be a goal, because that's the one thing I sort of needed to start streaming more frequently and to be more entertaining, or to you know push my channel more on like my social media accounts. It sort of helps stay on top of goals every day. So it was like after stream, I'll wait like 15 minutes, go to twitch.tv, check my statistics throughout the stream, see where it went good, see where it went bad, see what the highlights are. It sort of helped me start a goal with Twitch, which is something that I feel like a lot of streamers need, or content creators altogether. Once you start a goal with the content you want to have or push, it'll become something more frequent in your life, especially if you see Twitch as something you want to aspire and to push altogether.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. I I feel like the process really hurts, but I mean, in this case, it seemed like it helped you, so that's good. I don't know. I just got some friends who are like so bummed that they can't hit affiliate, and I'm like, well, you're kind of doing this the wrong way. Uh, it having to holding someone there, like if people will pop into your stream all the time, you'll get a
Hmm.
unique viewer, but will that viewer actually stay? You know what I mean?
That's the
That's
biggest
the
thing.
hardest part, is to engage. And until you're an affiliate, dude, you really don't have a lot of things you can engage with.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a thing that I forgot.
That's what I was
Yeah.
trying to push. It's like it makes it a real struggle for these people. And I mean, I hate to say kids, but there's young people out there who are like, they can't hold an audience. But if you don't have anything to keep that audience there, that which you have if you're an affiliate, you'll have emotes, you'll have sound alerts, things like that. You know, how are you going to keep people around? That's why I think the process hurts a lot more than helps. And that's why when I see someone who streams for 6 hours, if you had, 9 people in there at some point through those 6 hours, your average viewers is like 1.5 for the 6 hours or something like that. It's going to be really low. Uh, I don't know, man. I wasn't a big fan of it. I'm glad we pushed really quickly past that. Believe it or not, the hardest part about it for me, because I had my circle of friends and my Discord groups that were cool with coming in and watching and helping me get that affiliate, but like the hardest part for me was the followers, believe it or not. And that's usually the easiest part for some people, is followers. I see Twitch channels with, I've only got about 120, 130 followers myself. I've seen some at like 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 followers who struggle to maintain, more than 3 or 4 views per video.
Yeah.
Like, that's really weird to see. At that point, I like the fact that my follower count and my view count are very similar. That I'll have 30, 40, 50 people I'll, popped in and viewed the stream over the 100 or so followers I've got. Um, I think that's what it is. I think it's more of a legitimacy thing. Like, you can't just buy your way into this. You got to really network. And by networking, I'm not talking about getting into one of these Discord groups that are like, oh, pop into my stream, make sure you're telling everybody about my stream. When I tell you to post this, you need to post this. When I go live, tell people I go live. You help me, I'll help you. Scammy stuff that I see all around. People who pay like, oh, I'll shout your stream out on my Instagram of 2 point something million people for like $30. You see that, and I feel like that's not organic. I feel like you're not. It's gonna give you a false sense of what you're doing. I can look
It's
at my
like
Twitch and say that I'm proud that it's organic. It's not somebody else sending the stuff there. That's people who actually want to be there, and that's cool to see.
exactly. It's like when you know your audience is like your followers are the ones that actually watch your content that are what the fuck. When you see that your followers are the same people that are watching your content, it makes it more genuine instead of actually just having more followers and actual viewers. Because it's like you can add, you can say on your Instagram, hey, follow me. You don't even have to fucking watch me. They'll
Yeah.
follow you, fuck off, and never like
Yep.
watch your streams at
It's
all.
it's 2 clicks and you'll never hear from them again.
Exactly. And it's like, I at least appreciate, the gesture that helps with my affiliate process. But the biggest thing for me was, yeah, maintaining those 3 viewers.
That's where
And
a lot of people get hung up.
exactly, it's like, dude, you're gonna start off small. There's people that are content creators or streamers that have gone low numbers for a long time until they started like seeing a change. It's gonna come progressively. It's not gonna happen overnight. Like for me, doing like the whole affiliate process, I was streaming for 10, 12, 15 hours and trying to keep that watch time up because I wanted to push as much content as I could. And that for me was draining. Like I had to lie to myself and say, "Hey, I'm not that tired. Let me stay up for a couple more hours till like
Ugh,
2 a.m.
no, and
gaming."
that's not healthy. Not just for you and your mental state, but that's actually against TOS.
Hey man, I gotta
I
do what I
mean,
gotta do sometimes.
that's just the way that is. But no, like, I would rather have a stream that, say I've got the ones that get like 40, 50 views, right? I would rather have a stream with 10 views, 12 views, 19 views, whatever, low numbers, if I was chatting and talking to someone the whole time, like you or Zoe or Chromie or Dom, if and whoever's in there, if I'm actually talking to people and stuff, that motivates me more than those numbers, than those view counts. I have more fun, and it makes me want to stream longer or stream more constantly, rather than having a, oh, this one had a lot of views but almost no interaction, and I just kind of played this game for 3.5 hours. Cool. Then I won't stream for a while. When you actually have that interaction and stuff, and you know, even if the numbers are low, that's what drives you to keep going. That's what drives me personally to be more creative and working on it. It makes me feel good when I'm done streaming, and it makes me start planning out my next stream right away. Then you get the shit ones, and then for 2 weeks you're just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to do it
You don't know
anymore.
how many times I've had OBS open and going before I'm just like, nah, I'm gonna go play
Yeah,
Grand Theft Auto. Like,
that's the thing as well is you sit down. Like a lot of I've done this maybe 12 times already where I said, "Hey guys, I'm going to stream." And then I don't stream. And then I have to go 4 hours and delete the posts I made about streaming that day. And it's like, yeah, sometimes you have, I guess for me, Streamlabs, OBS, whatever. You can have it open and just like, do I really want to do this right now? Like, what do I want to do? Do I want to eat, some sandwiches, watch some Meet the Robinsons, do something else? And sometimes the other thing seems more relaxing than actually streaming. It's
yep,
that temptation to like slack off.
I get it all the time, man. And usually it's because my last stream or two didn't go so well, and it's like it makes you feel like, oh, I'd rather do this than that again because that didn't feel too good last time. Coming off of like a really good stream though, like you kind of have that energy to start streaming again. There's a balance there, and finding that balance is the hardest part. A lot of people do it with schedules, but god damn, dude, I can't make a damn schedule to save my life.
No, yeah,
Streaming
same here.
schedules were one of the most impossible things. The closest thing I had to a schedule, prior to, of course, the every Friday we're doing the podcast, the beer podcast. But, which by the way, plugging it, the Civil Craft Cast is on the YouTube as
Woo!
well. Go check out
Hell yeah.
THP Media and see all of our other shows. But no, other than that, the closest thing I had was Jackbox Tuesdays, and that only ran for about 5 or 6 weeks. And the first 2 or 3 were really good, and people kept coming back. By the fourth week, nobody was doing it again, and I'm like, schedules suck. I don't know. It works for some people. It doesn't work for others. For me, schedules don't work.
I don't do schedules. I just do it when I want to. That's why I feel like I enjoy it more, streaming without like a schedule. Because sometimes you actually want to go outside and touch grass and not be cooped up streaming for like 7, 8, 9, maybe 2 hours. But it's like, bruh, it gets so exhausting sometimes. Like just having to stay in front of a computer for a long time, and then probably getting frustrated at a game that you like playing this game, but today's not the day. It sort of becomes exhausting. Sometimes I just like when I'm not having a good time streaming, I just want to just like fuck off, bye, turn off the go live button and just sit here and just like why am I doing this? it,
Yeah,
it becomes really exhausting sometimes.
I could be having fun playing this other game that I didn't want to stream, or watching this movie. I mean, you got to be in the right headspace to stream, and it's really difficult, man.
A lot of the times I actually start off streaming in like a not even a bad mindset, just like I just had an argument with the mailman, and I'm coming in the house all mad. I'm throwing the newspaper out the window. I can sit in front of my PC, go live, and just like mellow out to just like a different mindset. Because streaming it's completely different from real life. Like we're not like this in real life. We talk differently. I talk completely different
Yeah.
from podcast to like talking to other people. It's sort of I guess a presentation that we do, I guess. So it's like, you come home mad, you probably had a bad day at work. Sometimes I'll, just stream Minecraft, something that I enjoy doing, and just mellow out and converse with whoever's in chat. It's a different mood, which for me is one of the biggest helpers with like coming home tired from work, frustrated, long hours, tired. I just turn on, go live, and change my night, turn my night better than my day was.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, dude. Like, this is my right now. Why this has come so naturally to me? This is my panelist voice. This is my up on stage at an anime convention voice. You know,
Oh yeah, I
out in
hear
the
it.
real world, I'm completely different. I mean, anybody who knows me knows me. Like after a panel, I actually once I made fast friends with a Neptunia fan at a panel once, and I invited him up to my room for a room party we were having later that night with a bunch of other groups of ours. He shows up and like he's like, "Whoa, you guys are completely different." I'm like, "Yeah, this is not on the convention floor, unprofessional, weebing out, talking about our favorite anime references and getting drunk on Tequila Cruise. This is a different person." Uh,
Yeah, there's a
this
different
this is
person when it
my
comes.
this is
Yeah,
my karaoke manager at anime convention voice.
it's not so much as a like persona that we have when it comes to like content creation. It's just you sort of unwind into like this this dude that just wants to converse with their chat and play Fortnite or Halo Infinite. Is that what you've been playing?
Lately, not on stream unfortunately, but see
uh
that's exactly what you're getting at. I'm like, I couldn't be this person if I was playing Halo right now. You know,
exactly,
I have
yeah.
too much fun with the game to try and put on my hey, welcome to the chat, hi new chatter. I love you all for coming to the Twitch. If you are checking out the Twitch, by the way, we'll drop our Twitch links in the description. If you do come to the Twitch, just know like at the time I'm very genuine, but right now I ain't streaming for nothing. I'm not. You.
That's great.
I
Good
might I
job.
might have just went a little too far.
Thanks, viewer. Oh,
uh,
great. Thanks. Gee.
hey,
Stay.
a follow. All right.
Yeah,
Hey.
great. Stay if you want.
We're gonna sound like such assholes. People are gonna get to the streams like, what are they talking about? They're so fun.
Oh wow, you subscribe. Thanks. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Okay, a sub I'm actually happy for because number one, you don't know how much money I've missed out in my own home alone from people who've all got Prime subscriptions who aren't
Oh,
resubbing every month.
bruh.
It's not like the when you subscribe to your friends' Twitch accounts like with your credit card, and then it gets to a point where it's like even Twitch is like, hey, we'll bundle these five together since you already pay so much. That's a thing that happens every month with the Prime. Nobody remembers to reprime sub. So like one month I'll be like, all right, $140, sweet. The next month I'm like $22, sick.
Woo! $20. Hell yeah.
$3 of it was from ad revenue. This has been a rough week.
Dude, sometimes ad revenue can surprise you, man.
Oh yeah, I was shocked.
I don't want to talk about the Pasta Podcast finance, cha-ching.
Not can't go
But
into divulge any information. Big Brother's
yeah,
always
no,
listening.
yeah.
Don't let them know too much, dude. They're coming after Twitch accounts and eBay accounts and stuff starting this year with the taxes.
Oh yeah,
My
that's
Twitch
fine.
payouts have to get reported as revenue. My ass. It all goes.
Hell
It all goes
yeah,
into the. It goes back into the company. It goes into advertising, microphones. My mic and camera sets was $300 fucking dollars. Like,
bruh.
we're spending more than we're making. Like, truthfully, and y'all really want to come after us for the $34 on the $300 I made last year? Like, what are you gonna do?
Woo!
It's so dumb.
No, dude. When I first started shout out Pasta Podcast. You should still listen to it. It's still there.
It's actually pretty good. Pasta Podcast inspired me to do what I'm doing today. What you're listening to right now wouldn't exist without Pasta Podcast. So go
Woohoo!
give
Hell
it a
yeah.
listen. Hopefully they'll come out with a season 3 at some point. Got to figure everything out, but
Hopefully.
it's not like we haven't been sitting on a potential episode since August. This hard drive's gonna die before I ever give it to you.
The long lost episode. When I first started the podcast and I found out with I guess I'm not gonna plug it. I'm just gonna say I use it. Anchor FM. Woo! I use it, and in the editing process, sort of, where you're sort of having your intro, then your intro song, and then your segments, and then whatever. I saw that it said add sponsorship, and I was like, "What? Wow, this is great." I recorded my own ad, which I cringe at, but you gotta do what you gotta do, and I inserted that. After a while, I did not check after like the 10th episode. No, yeah, about the 10th episode, I didn't bother ever checking, monetization. I just kind of ignored it all the way.
Yep.
And I kind of looked at it. I was like, "Oh, damn! I didn't know I could make this out of talking." And I was like, "That's awesome, cool." Even recently, now we still get listens, and the number changes every
I
day.
know, because I get your listens. Like when I was at work, I would just listen to podcasts all day. I caught up to Pasta Podcast because of my crappy office job.
Dude, no, the listens, they still go today. Yesterday from today, I had 2 listens. Like, people are still
Very
listening to
nice.
this, but I'm not doing anything with it, which is making me feel guilty. That's the thing. It's sometimes you want to push out content, but sometimes it's really hard. There's things that, listeners don't fucking know about. So it's like that's the thing, that's another pressurizing thing is, once you kind of stop and people start listening to it again, you kind of feel like your body is forcing you to have to make more content because you're like, oh, hey, there's people listening. They're probably wondering where episode blah 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 is, and it sucks. But hopefully soon we'll make a comeback and make a company or something sells marinara sauce with some Delta 8. Hell yeah. Olive Garden doesn't do that for you.
Olive Garden. Oh
You know
boy.
what? I'm gonna spread some Olive Garden propaganda on here. They microwave their shit, right?
Oh God. Why are
All
you
of it.
trashing Olive Garden on the show?
Oh, I have a diss track for them, by the way.
Yeah, this same disc track we've been talking about for about 2 years now.
No, it's been 2 months.
2 months.
It's been two
You were
months.
talking about this disc track since before the beach house trip.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, you've been talking about this disc track for a very long time.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not a musically inclined person, so I, try to put some stuff together. Didn't work out, so I just had to, work my ways around the edges. But hopefully soon it'll come out. I'm trying to make sure I have the song ready and then a potential video for it to drop the same day. So there's not like a sort of wait for it. I just want to throw it there and see where it goes.
Yeah.
I'll probably go viral. TikTok,
Hopefully, man.
dude. TikTok. TikTok is the way to go, man.
Uh,
Have you been pushing THP on TikTok?
no, we don't have a TikTok.
You have to, dude.
Just the Instagram hurts me to make those cringy posts. Did you see the one from today? You want to ride home in this car? Kill me. It's an excuse to do tags, but no, I'm getting traffic for it. So
That's the thing. You're pushing content, and yeah,
as
like
cringe as it is, I
as
am.
exactly as cringe as it is, it's still bringing traction. The thing is, the how do I say, the pilgriming of TikTok to YouTube ratio is really good, which is what I hear from multiple content creators themselves.
Oh
They say
no.
yeah, so I'm gonna make a TikTok. I already have a TikTok. I just need to log back in. I have some legendary TikToks. They have hit the 4 digits. Yeah, baby.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
baby. Hell yeah. We're gonna blow this shit up. It's all gonna be thanks to TikTok.
No, I think I'll be. There's going to be a lot of interesting push around summertime, dude. We're going to start seeing some movement with the YouTube and stuff, and with the Instagram because, like I said, I'm getting these business cards ready, and I'm just going to start moving at conventions, going to
Hell yeah,
public
my guy.
events, gaming events, and just pushing it out there as best I can.
That's the way to do it, man. Sometimes, you don't want a little push, you just kind of want to shove. You want to shove your content out there. I just stream. I just press go live and that's it. I try not to even promote it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And I honestly don't either. Occasionally I'll make a Facebook post. The only thing that I will guarantee do every time is do it in the Discord. Because I have a lot of people in the Discord who they'll pop in as soon as they see that post.
If you pay us $5,000, we'll let you in. We'll let you into our secret Discord.
Actually,
$5,000
the
PayPal.
next time you're on THP, use the Discord command. Just exclamation point Discord. That's what's that's what streamers do to advertise their public Discords.
I know. I watch
Do it.
streamers.
Do it on mine and see what happens.
Let me do it on yours.
It's so dumb.
I can still do it on yours offline.
Oh, I didn't know it worked that
Offline.
way. See, that's how little I know about Twitch. That's how little
Dude,
faith I have in like Twitch being where I'm pushing forward.
do you know who XQC is?
Yeah, he's one of the big streamers on the left bar of every Twitch.
His offline chat is one of the fastest of all of Twitch. I want to reach that level one day. Just to have people conversing in your chat while you're not even there. You're not even live. You're probably asleep. That's a really high level.
Yeah.
I'd want to box XQC though. XQC, if you're listening to this,
Dude,
I'll fight
no.
you. I will fight you.
The chance that even somebody who follows XQC is ever gonna hear this episode is very rare.
Well, it doesn't fucking matter. They'll listen to this. Spread the propaganda. Tell XQC I don't like his haircut.
Damn, dude.
And he looks like the fucking Pepega emote.
So we've covered a lot of bases here. Is there anything we haven't talked about yet?
Yeah, dude, what significant change do you want to have, like, from right now to next year? What's one of the biggest changes you want yourself to do with your streaming and your content creation?
Regular podcast uploads to YouTube and Spotify, at a minimum, like every 2 weeks at the least. At the most, I mean, like, if I could do one a week, that'd be really cool. But regular uploads there, like constant, so that they, we have a viewership that actually tunes in on that day. It'd be like me with the podcast, Lights Out podcast every Friday, or Great Moments in Weed History every Wednesday, which is a really good podcast if you haven't heard it. It's really great. It's two marijuana journalists doing what they do best and telling stories about like the times Barack Obama smoked, or Willie Nelson stories, or stories like that actually help out the community. Like I believe it's Brownie Mary was the woman who was delivering brownies to like AIDS patients for free, and growing and cultivating and helping. It's Great Moments in Weed History. It's exactly what it says. Really good podcast. Go check it out. Really cool. But yeah, I want to try to have that. That's my goal, is to make sure that those uploads are regular and that we build a regular audience. For the Twitch, I don't know what's going to happen to the Twitch. It depends on how busy I get with the podcast. I'm still going to stream. I'm trying to come back to streaming this week. We'll see.
You don't see yourself, doing anything completely different next year for streaming?
Completely different. The ride home's probably going to have video. I would say that would happen.
Hell yeah.
Kind of like the Geeks 5 Ever podcast that I was guesting on.
I could finally show off my thighs, bro. My gains.
So that, but again, I want to kind of build a viewership and let people know what they're expecting before we get to that level. My background alone isn't exactly...
No, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It is heavenly. You could spend
know.
hours and hours and hours just staring into the abyss of angels on display here.
I've had friends come over and they're like, "There's like 200 sets of eyes in this room watching me, and I do not feel comfortable." But I don't know. I think we've pretty much said the things we need to say. That's where I want to be, where I'm at. What about you? What's your goals for looking towards the end of the year? Maybe we'll come back and recap this episode and look at it like in December. What are your goals for the end of the year?
My goals. Hmm. I think one of the biggest goals is, finishing what we started. I'm gonna want to pursue Pasta Podcast this year, hopefully, because I have tons and tons and tons of content that I can speak about right now. And for, hopefully soon we'll start it back up and it'll be fantastic. I'll probably push a good pretty penny for a lot of extra stuff for Pasta Podcast, as far as like the intro, the ad reads, a lot. There's gonna be a couple of changes, hopefully really positive changes. Um, with streaming, I want to stay more consistent. I kind of don't want to fall into having to build a schedule and make it like, okay, I'm gonna give up my Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and then the rest of the days are gonna be my me time. I kind of want to be able to say, hey, I'm gonna start streaming more frequently on the weekends instead of weekdays, or the other way around, just so like the viewers can know, like, hey, he's probably gonna stream Monday through Friday or Friday through Sunday. I kind of want to keep a consistency that viewers can sort of follow themselves instead of me actually posting a schedule.
I feel you. And that's getting to that level of consistency is going to be difficult, but it is doable. Just hitting that without hitting like actual schedules and stuff, because I couldn't do it. I feel like you and me are the types that we can't do that. It would feel too much like a job. We'd force ourselves to do it, and that's when games like Destiny and World of Warcraft and stuff got dumb to me. Was when it felt like I had to log in and I had to do this stuff if I wanted to continue working on it or advancing. So yeah, it. I feel like we definitely can't. So hopefully, you will have more streams and a wider viewer base, and hopefully I'll be really consistent on getting the Craftcast and the Ride Home podcast uploaded.
Yeah, dude, you have a lot on your hands right now.
That's the problem. That's kind of one of the reasons why I named us THP, is because I get trigger happy. I start doing stuff and not thinking about it, and then I realize, oh, I'm in a bit of a hole here, and it makes me wonder, like, should I really keep pushing the Twitch if this type of content uploads are more important? So I don't know. We'll see where it goes, man. Maybe we'll revisit this episode next year and see if any of these predictions came true. And if you're out there streaming and you're having these types of issues too, like, it's okay to not want to continue for a bit. It's okay to take a break. Don't push yourself. Start looking at look at things from a different perspective. It's not. We all have these things. We've talked about them. We all go through the same stuff. So
Especially when you see, people raging on what's a good game to rage on? PUBG. Let's say you rage on PUBG and you throw your fucking controller across the room. It's normal to see content creators get upset or frustrated. Content creators are not just content cows for you to milk on and just enjoy. These are, people with, feelings and emotions just like the rest of us. So just, kind of keep that in consideration when it comes to, watching your favorite content creator. That sometimes, if chat can be a little toxic, it can definitely, alter your mood.
yeah, I guess the long and short of it is, don't give up. Take your breaks. Do what you need to do, and come back swinging even harder than you did before. That's really it.
Oh, the best advice for any person that wants to make content creation of any sort: just press record or go live. Just turn on your camera, even if you have a shitty mic, a shitty camera. Just do it. full send it. Don't even take a second to consider it. If you want to do it, you'll do it. And
Exactly.
even if you feel like your content's cringe or whatever, we've all been through cringe. There's no content creator that started out perfect. We've all come from the bottom to, hopefully in the future where we grow, but it all takes time. Don't get It's okay to get frustrated. Just,
Yeah.
take it one step at a time.
If you don't take that plunge, you'll never get better at it, and you'll never get to where you want to be. So, get the bad times over with, because trust me, you got to get them over with to get over that hump.
Oh yeah.
We're still dealing with some of that shit.
Yeah.
It'll happen one
Today.
day. But yeah. All right, cool. I think that about wraps it up for this episode of the Ride Home podcast. Thank you for joining me, my dude.
Of course, I had a really great time. I'm feeling really good. I might eat some oranges in a second.
So Twitch channels will be in the description below. It is OfficialStromboli and Trigger Happy Penguin. Be sure to check them out. And hopefully this episode didn't just turn you off. I'll be like, I'd never go see your streams. And that's if I even continue to stream much more, dude. Like I said, I'm at a bit of a crossroads here. I like what I'm doing with the YouTube, so we'll see where it goes. Thank you guys for listening, and go check out the other episodes. Do all that stuff. Go check out Pasta Podcast.
Whoop whoop. Thank you guys. You guys have a good night and be safe.
The Ride Home Podcast, THR logo, and intro tracks are original products of Trigger Happy Projects Media Group. Please do not duplicate or distribute without permission.